Every time Disney remakes one of their animated movies into live action, I just lose a little bit of humanity. And just when you think that these movies can't get more creatively bankrupt, in comes Moana, a live action remake of a movie that isn't even 10 years old. This is just hollow. This is just empty. I honestly thought of like doing a parody song at the beginning of this review. Basically making a parody of some song like How Far I'll Go or We Know the Way or just something from the movie. But if they're not going to put effort into this movie, why should I? So, let's dive in. So Moana was directed by Thomas Kail and it stars Dwayne Johnson and Catherine Lagaaya. If I mispronounce that, I do apologize. And if you don't know the story of Moana, it's about this girl named Moana. She's the daughter of the chief on her island, and when her island is in desperate need of resources, she decides to go out into the ocean despite her parents' wishes, and she encounters a demigod known as Maui, and she's like, hey, you're going to restore the heart of Tafiti and save the world. And so they do, and we have a movie. So this was a movie that I was really not looking forward to. On one hand, I do really like Moana. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought the animation was great, the characters are great, the songs are really good, and I do enjoy it. I've gone back to it a few times and still really liked it. And why I was not looking forward to this movie? Because I just, every time now that a Disney live action remake comes out, I just lose a little bit of faith of faith in humanity. Yeah, I used to like them. Thought, oh, it was pretty cool that they were turning all these anime classics into live action movies. But the more and more they kept making of them, the more lazy they got. The lazier they got, and it just became apparent to me that these movies were kind of being made for money rather than let's do something interesting with this story. And to me, this seems like the most desperate cash grab that I had ever seen for a studio that does nothing but cash grab movies. For a studio that does sequels continuously, or the studio that buys a lot of franchises. This may be the most cash grabbiest of them all. And the trailers themselves did not look very good. It looked very much like the original movie. And so, despite that, I gave it a chance. And yeah, it's bad. It's so much like the original movie that honestly, I should just watch the original movie instead. Honestly, you should just watch the original movie instead. Also, I feel really bad for saying all the things I did about Moana 2, because compared to this movie, that movie had effort. Moana 2 had effort. Is there anything that's good about the live action Moana? Um, some visuals are okay. Um, of the performances, the one that I thought kind of stood out was Rena Owen, who plays Moana's grandmother. Thought she was the best. Catherine Laga, again, I apologize to mispronounce her name. She's all right in the role. I don't have anything against her. Just thought she was okay. Um, the songs still sound really good, but the thing is, the songs are just taken from the original movie. Everything that's in this movie was taken from another movie. The lines, the dialogue, everything. The jokes, even. This movie has a lot of the same jokes as the original movie. There's a lot about this movie that I hate. I really did not like this movie. I felt like it was creatively bankrupt in every sense of the word. Dwayne Johnson in this movie. Yeah, why? I thought he was terrible in this movie. It's just weird because I thought he was really good as Maui in the first movie, and he was one of the highlights on Moana too. But man, it looked like he was bored throughout this entire movie. Um, I honestly don't even think at times that they brought on actors who were in the original movie for this movie to do their voiceovers again. Like Jermaine Clement, he returns as the Tamatoa. Honestly, I think he has the same lines as the first movie. Why would you bring him back? Also, Alan Tudyk as, Hey Hey. I don't think they even used him. I think they just used the same dialogue from the first movie. Everything in this movie is pretty much just the same from the first movie. There's no deviations from this movie whatsoever. Like, there's like, okay, maybe one or two, but it's like mostly about like the parents, I guess, which that's not even that interesting. It's like one scene and that's it. Literally nothing else about this movie is unique. It's not special. It's just hollow. Even the music, which again, still sounds fine. The music in the original movie was better. But also, a lot of these live action remakes, like say Little Mermaid or Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, they at least tried to add new songs to kind of make it a little different. I don't think there was a single new song for this movie. It was just lackluster in every sense of the word. It just felt soulless and lifeless throughout. It felt like almost everyone on set was just kind of not into it. And so, if they're not into it, how can I be into it? That's the thing. You know, the one character who actually may have life in them is actually Maui's tattoo. Yeah. That Maui's tattoo had more personality, character, and dimension than any of the humans or demigods on screen. I really hated this movie. I did not find it fun. I did not find it entertaining. I did not find it enjoyable. I didn't find it interesting. Nothing about this movie worked. And look, I get it. You know, studios got to make money too. I get that. There are just some ideas that just should not happen. Again, at first, I thought it was actually kind of cool that Disney was making all their animated classics into live action movies. I thought that could have been interesting. But now every time I hear one is being developed, I just know, there's just a feeling that I just know it's not going to be as good. It's not going to be as smart. It's not going to be as emotional. It's not going to be as good as the original. And that's just putting it mildly. And I think this may be the laziest one of them all. Because this one doesn't even try. This one doesn't try in any way. It doesn't try to make the characters exciting or interesting or give the characters new dynamics or anything like that. It doesn't really try to do anything that stands out. This movie was just kind of dull and just lifeless. And it's not even fun to make fun of. It's just kind of boring. I just don't get it. I mean, I get it. Again, studios got to make money. And they know that Moana made a lot of money, so why not make a live-action Moana? Well, again, the movie is not even that old. Like, all the other live-action remakes, I felt like there was, like, a decent amount of time between the original and the remake, so I'm like, you know, I'm not batting an eye over it. This one was just too soon. But also, this one doesn't really do anything. Except repeat a lot of the same lines, a lot of the same jokes, like the joke where Maui grabs Hey Hey, he calls him Boat Snack. The scene where, you know, Maui is just, you know, he's got the dart in his butt so he can't move. And so he tricks Moana to go put her hand in the ocean. And it's like, oh, I can feel it getting warmer. But he was actually peeing. That joke wasn't even funny in the first movie. And yet they brought it back for this movie. Pretty much everything about this movie you can just repeat line for line. And it's just so frustrating watching this movie. Because I have seen a better version of this movie. I own the better version of this movie. And that's basically all that these remakes are. It's like, it's just a reminder of like how good the originals are. The ones that actually have heart. The ones that actually have merit. It's like, this movie is kind of like, I think someone else made this comparison, but like, it's like someone stole the heart of Te Fiti, and this is what we got. It's just ugly. It's just horrible. It's just pointless. It's just scary, and it's just destroying it. That's what this movie is. And I just feel like there was a moment where I was watching it, and I was thinking, there's nothing in this movie that's like offensively bad or anything, but the thing that offends me the most with this movie is the fact that there is nothing in this movie that is interesting. Even the stuff that I thought was at least okay is like not even good enough to really recommend. There is nothing about this movie that works. Moana and Maui don't really have the same chemistry that they did in the original movie. Oh my god, I almost said the live action movie. What is wrong with me? But everything else about this movie was so underwhelming, soulless, just pointless in every sense of the word. So even though there are a couple good shots here and there, and there are a couple okay performances, and the songs themselves sound okay, and again, Maui's tattoo may be one of the most human characters in this entire movie, I found everything else about this movie to just be empty inside. I just found it to be soulless. I found it to just be the most cash grabby of all the Disney live action remakes so far. And yes, they have actually had their low points, but this may be one of their lowest. And that says a lot. I will give Moana 2026 1 out of 4 stars. Skip it. Every time that a Disney live action remake bombs, I'm hopeful that it's like, okay, maybe people are learning their lesson. Maybe Disney will learn a lesson. Maybe they're not going to make these live action remakes so stupid like they used to. And maybe people are not going to fall for live action remakes and such. And then another one comes around and it makes money. And we're back in a cycle. The only thing that's kind of giving me hope right now is that I already kind of saw the tracking. And it's actually projected to make less money than the first Moana did back in 2016. Is there hope? Let's hope so. So, are you actually planning on seeing this thing? And also, how do you feel about the live action remakes? I feel like I know the answer to that question, but do you have a complex history with them like I do? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat. Stay safe.